Hello, work life warriors. I hope you're doing well. Today, I wanted to come and give you a tool for Wellness Week. Yesterday was Wednesday. I was supposed to come on at noon, but I was so swamped. I did not have an opportunity to come on and talk to you about the tool for Wellness Week, which is an agenda. And we forget how important an agenda is to just accomplishing our goals and dreams and the things that we want to accomplish in life, right? We forget that if we don't set a destination or a course, that we can wind up anywhere, right? So it's so important for us to, set goals, right? Um, Time doesn't make anything less important to your overall quality of life. When you spend the where you spend the most time and energy will impact your overall quality of your life. If you spend too much time at work or too much time de-stressing or too much time avoiding, you will become stressed and your overall quality of life will be unbalanced. Stress is the sense of having little or no control over life's demands or expectations. But sometimes, many times, we cause our own stress through our own actions and behavior. Time management is one of those things and habits that can drastically decrease stress. How time and stress is managed will ultimately affect engagement, productivity, and overall satisfaction, right? If it is hard to manage your stress, if you have been living your whole life without discipline, then it will be hard to do the opposite. So it'll be hard to reverse your long-term or lifetime habits, right? We aren't taught how to manage ourselves growing up. Instead, from the time that we are birthed to the time that we are grown, we have someone else managing our lives. We go through one milestone after the next, giving away our power to co-create our lives, right? Taking control and investing in yourself is the only way to fulfill your goals and dreams. And the only way to do that is to focus on where your attention goes, because energy grows where attention goes. Everything else grows weeds without proper attention. We must find balance among all the important areas of our life. So many of us have many different areas in our lives. Mine include health and well-being, spirituality, social connections or social interactions, growth and development, career. So we all have different aspects. I would say that most people would say that they have about 4 to 5, but some people can go up to 7 to 10, depending on how you define and break down those sections. So we have so many areas in our life. We may not need to spend as much time in all areas. Like, for instance, obviously, you'll spend more time in your career than you would do in your, hobbies, or maybe even with your family if that's what you value or prioritize, right? So it's in all of our best interest to figure out what areas make us feel our best, how much time we can spend in each area before we're tapped out or exhausted, and how much do we need of that area to fill our cup and create a sort of a balance, right? So, for instance, we may need to work 40 hours to create harmony in the rest of our lives, and we may need to practice our spiritual practices maybe an hour a day, right? Compared to working 8 hours a day. It doesn't mean that working is more important. It just means in order for the rest of your thing, well, rest of everything else in your life to go right, you have to devote a little bit more time there. But you also have to be aware about how work is making you feel. If you spend the most time there and you dread work or you don't like work, then it means that you will not have enough energy to, manage the other parts of your life or even participate in the other parts of your life. You may spend so much time at work that when you come home, all you have is enough energy to kind of vegetate and renew yourself for the next day. So if that's the case, then you want to find a new career. You want to do what um, revamps you, revitalize you, which makes you feel renewed so that after you get off of work, it's not the end. It's not, oh, 9 to 5, come home, relax. This is the opportunity, after work to play as hard as I work, to connect, to do the things I love, to focus on the other aspects of my life that bring me happiness. And we, in general, as a culture, do a really bad job at this. We must learn how to integrate our work in life for balance. It's not work life or work or life. Working is a part of life, and we must figure out how can we integrate the two for balance. It is important to be mindful in everything we do, because every opportunity is an opportunity to actively work on every aspect of your life to keep you in balance and to keep you happy, right? So even if you are at work and you spend most of your time at work, you can still do the things that make you happy while at work. You just have to look for the opportunities to do so, or you have to look for downtime where you could practice wellness so that it can increase the overall satisfaction of your life, right? And so we have to manage our lives so that we can keep the things that we love, in balance with the things that we may not love, that we feel obligated to do to just survive. We can't win the day, though, if we don't have a plan. We can't just have a plan, because let's face it, we can make a plan, but it doesn't mean we're going to follow that plan. We must officially work the plan. So it's not enough just to have it. We have to work it, and we have to want to work it. And it's not even enough to have a plan and to work the plan. You have to have a plan, work the plan, and want to work the plan, right? It cannot feel like a chore, because if it feels like a chore, the energy behind it is not pure and it doesn't manifest yourself. You're sending direct opposite feelings. You're doing, but your internal world doesn't want to do, and that can't be good. So in life, because we have so many different aspects of our lives, we will have scheduling conflicts. We have, things and people who are pulling us so many different ways at once, right? That is basically life in a modern society. So, if we have scheduling conflicts, can't remember the due dates or meeting places or solutions to, problems, because we can't even remember the problems, uh, I think the solution would be a daily agenda or a weekly agenda or a 30, 60, 90-day goal, or a 1 year plan, 5 year plan, 10-year plan. We just need a plan, right? So the solution to any scheduling conflicts, can't remember the due date, don't know what it is you want to contribute to the world, what you want to do when you're here. The best way to do this is to plan. I guess that'll be, because again, you cannot arrive someplace you want to be without a plan. You can make a mistake and arrive there without knowing you want to be there, but the chances of it being where you need to be if you did not plan, um, it's just rare. Just think about if you want to take a trip someplace and you get into the boat, but you don't know where you're going, but you just set course and no one is driving, no one is steering, no one is guiding. Where will your boat end up? You could crash somewhere on a place that you want to be, or you could crash, most likely crash someplace that you do not want to be, because everything needs direction, right? Including you. Um, Agendas, planning can help you become more organized, have better time management skills, and help decrease procrastination, which is a big hindrance in achieving our goals and dreams, right? So we want to make sure that we decrease procrastination in our lives, because that's the only way we can be efficient. So we want to get a timetable agenda and list all of our assignments, projects, and errands on it, including the due dates. Having one place where all your things are ordered can help you see things clearly, which can enable you to plan your time better and keep things organized. You can break your task into smaller tasks and create a timeline of what you can do now, and when are the due dates for the other parts of your tasks, right? So you could just break it down to smaller chunk size where you can eat it bit by bit. This will help you become less overwhelmed and more confident that you can accomplish your work, right? Because when you're staring at this huge elephant, it seems impossible that you will be able to eat it unless you break it down to smaller bite-sized chunks, and it will help you be less overwhelmed and more confident as you work through your goals bit by bit. So keeping a planner, an agenda, an agenda, a list, something where your goals are in front of you and you know what you're doing from day to day means that you don't have to it doesn't mean that you have to track deadlines, assignments, and goals only. You can track your mood, you can track your sleep, you can track your hygiene habits, what you're eating, what you're drinking. Most importantly, what you're consuming as a whole. So consumption is not just about what you're eating and drinking, but what are you taking into your being? What are you taking into your experience? And it's so important that you track these things because you may not realize that you're only getting 5 hours of sleep, and those 5 hours are impacting your productivity, your engagement with life. And so tracking these things is a great way to figure out, oh, there's a problem here, and this is how I can fix it. If I could rearrange some other things in my life, I could fix that problem. I use the calendar to jumpstart my health and wellness. I use the calendar for my 365. I talked a little bit about that 2 days ago on Tuesday, so check out that video. I tracked all the things that I did throughout the day to make myself happy, to make me feel productive, engaged, to make me feel like that I'm co-creating with life. It was one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done with an agenda or a plan, because I was making all my goals and dreams and about me, about what I wanted to achieve, what I wanted to do, and how I wanted to contribute value in the world. So, if this is something that you could see yourself doing, I would start by creating a weekly agenda. Uh, well, it starts with days, of course. So days, and then start planning out your weeks, and then plan out your 30 days, so your month, and then plan out 60 days, 90 days, 120. Ultimately, you want to have a 1 year plan, a 5 year plan, a 10-year plan, a 25-year plan. And it doesn't mean that you have to rigidly follow your plan. It just means that you know where you're going, you know what you're doing, you know how important it is to you, and you prioritize so that you just have a guiding post of where you're going and what you want to do and who you want to be. Now, again, you will have to pivot because life is all about change. There will be up and down. Life will not be ordered to your plan, but at least you know where you're going and what you want, and that will help you with your self-esteem, your self-worth. It will help you understand and streamline your decisions so that you're not making decisions that are not value-based, but instead that align with your goals and dreams. So I hope this helps, work life warriors. Please share with me if you use an agenda, how you use an agenda, when did you start using it, how helpful is it? Does it help with cutting down your stress? Do it help with creating more order in your life? Do it help you be more engaged and productive? I know it did for me. An agenda helped me to, take a big goal and make it obtainable. And my life has been such or so much more peaceful and less chaotic since I've been using planning and agendas and making sure that I'm planning my goal and making sure that I'm doing it with vitality and zest and optimism and enthusiasm, because they are my goals, is what I set, is what I want to achieve, is who I want to be in this world, is what I want to contribute to this world. And so I treat it like it matters. I prioritize it. I look at my daily agenda every single day. I mark off the things that I need to do. I make on Sundays, I sit down and I make my weekly agenda so I know how my week will go, so I can follow my goals and dreams. And I'm always setting intentions based on what I need to do for the day, and my values are already always my North Star. It's how I keep integrity. It's how I show up. It's how I be the change I want to see in this world. It's how I develop self esteem and keep building my self esteem by living up to the promises that I made to myself and by sharing them with the world and giving people the opportunity to be their best self by practicing integrity and setting values for themselves that are beneficial to them achieving their goals, dreams, and being the person that they want to be. So overall, I hope that this helps. If it did, please share with me in the comments. And I want you to have a great day, work life warrior, and look out for more of my tips, tools, tricks, and techniques. Have a great day, work life warriors. Enjoy your day.